Oh my gosh, I am. Hello, hello. Hey DMN, how's it going? I hope you can hear me okay. Awesome. Well, on my end it's going pretty good. I'm ready to be back. Like, it's been a while, and I think I'm ready to get back into it with like some action-packed VFX stuff, so that people can have something to just sort of reference whenever they're making these things on the fly. Because I certainly hate making particles over and over again on repeat ad infinitum. But first, I wanted to make my own little weekly art challenge for the wrap up for February. Do I want to do it as an object or in the game? Okay. I know I said I would just be putting the finishing touches on the February Weekly Art Challenge showcase, but I kind of went ahead, did a little bit of it so that I would have room to do this. I just wanted to make my take on the Acropolis in a very simplified way, mostly because it's the only one of this entire month that I've actually gone to visit myself. Well, I mean, like, I kind of went and visited, but for the most part, I was too occupied with the Acropolis Museum that I didn't actually get to go and see. The Acropolis itself. Can I get a good aerial view of this? I know McFunky Pants has already gone and made a very, very good one. I just got it imported this morning. But I think I'll make this slightly more destroyed form. As much as I can get away with it, at least. And he's done, in a previous week, a sort of miniature version of the Stonehenge. So since he's gone ahead and done a very high-res version of the Acropolis, or Parthenon, I will do a very miniature version of it this time. Let's just grab a nice little color here and let's get started. We're only 3 minutes in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I think I needed a little warm-up sketch. Well, technically, the showcase is live already. Oh, gotta remove that. For anyone that wants to go and see it. Uh-oh, that's right. Go ahead and pull that in. So it's nice and even. It's very wide. There's like a double face here at the front, where there's interior arches and then exterior arches. And there has to be a destroyed little loop there. Okay. And just make the marks. And have, I think it should be a little bit bigger so that I have room to add that interior face. Kind of on an offset, so you still look in and kind of see it like that. So IDMM, if you've visited any of these places IRL, should tell me about it, because I'm curious. I haven't been to any of the others. Even though I guess I technically haven't even been to this one. Next time for sure. Oh, whoa. I thought I was just speaking to like myself for a bit, but then like I think StreamYard didn't update my chat for a little bit and I got all these messages all at once. You've been to Big Ben? Just a big clock. Hey, that clock is important. It's been in a lot of movies. I think it... Am I thinking of... and been destroyed in a lot of movies too. Yeah. Hey, don't worry. They've destroyed Our Lady Liberty in pretty much every disaster film that it shows up in. It shows up and you're like, oh, here it goes. How are they going to blow it up? I think I have to pull my square brush this way. There we go. I know it's not got a roof on it, but I'm gonna put it on just to rip it off in a certain way later. Whoa, not that much of it. Let's come on, square brush. There we go. I think it has kind of in the same line here. Maybe here or one further forward. Yeah, forward. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Down with freedom. No, no. The French gave us a gift and we just keep blowing it up. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of set back by one at least. And that interior one doesn't really go all the way around. But it does kind of come further down a little bit. So I'm just going to make a little mark of that. Like there. Is that a third inset thing? I need an aerial view. Aerial. That's not it. I can spell aerial. Okay. And it kind of loops back. And then there's a third. And it just sinks downward. Oh no, it's steps. Those are steps. Okay, so this is connected too. Okay, so there'll be a tiny little room on the inside. Connects all the way through, and there's a staircase. Got it. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, space, section, space. Too close. No, not like that. All right. I might want to look up pre-Acropolis ruinage. But like McFunky Pants has the big fancy nice one. Now I'm kind of torn. Do I want to also make it like pre-Acropolis ruinage? Whoa, you slept for a solid 13 hours. Whew. I envy that. We flew back from my home just yesterday. All I could do was sleep. I get those pre-flight jitters that keep me from getting any sleep. Let's turn this mirror off for a second. Oh, that's definitely not going to step down fast enough. We will make it longer. Space, pillar, space, pillar. No, wait. That should be it. Yeah. Nope, I was wrong. One further in. And pull that up. I could have done it with the mirror on, but we're going to blast a hole in there anyway. We have stairs. To be fair, Friday, Saturday, Sunday when I didn't sleep at all. Oh no! You gotta get some rest. Okay. Here there's going to be like that, maybe, kind of, sort of. Okay. Wait, the stair side is complete and the opposite side has the hole blasted in it. Okay. That's fine. Yes, how many specks of dirt are on there right now? I'm not going to analyze it that closely. I'm about to let this one be here in just a minute. I'm just going to add a little ridge here because there is a little bit of it there. Okay, there it is. Tiny, tiny Acropolis. Should we slope it down? Yeah, we'll slope it down by one step. Actually, by 2 steps. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, it's so good to be back at the home tablet. I did not realize how much I'd absolutely fallen in love with this tablet until I went back to my old one for that whole trip. And the specks of dirt are on there and over 9,000. It's because it's popcorn textured. Probably a good way to trap and store dust. There's bash transpilers. What? What is bash transpilers? Also, I agree 100%. Popcorn ceilings. I love to support most creative decisions. But whoever's decision was that? I don't know, friend. I wish you didn't. We've got them too. And all I see when I look up is dust. Our Acropolis in miniature. Nice. Done within 15 minutes. Why am I doing that? I don't need to do that. I can just go right to the game. Bam. Check out that thumbnail. It's time for the February 2023 Weekly Art Challenge on our Discord landmarks. So you went to Nottingham on Saturday to play some Magic the Gathering at a place called the Dice Cup. That sounds awesome. Is it one of those cafes that you have like all the board games at? Like where it's you pay $5 on entry and then you can just take any game and play it? Because I love those. I've been to a couple. Came across a friend who was there for a game development course. Awesome. Go. All right, I'm gonna just drop this in. can hang out with me while I do this. Welcome. Choom. So week 1, we had sort of a tour belt, kind of going through all these landmarks. Hello, Dracos. Welcome, welcome. So week 1 was Statue of Liberty. And DMM was giving the default guy some love with a Statue of Default, which I absolutely love. Woohoo! I forget how fast that belt goes. And McFunky Pants had the really super sculpted kind of half form of Lady Liberty, with even some of the chipping detail kind of like in the pages here, which I really liked, and the different like colors along the sash. Much love, much love. Going into week 2, we had the Pyramids of Giza. DM had the most like perfect gradient of texture, like again with always the texture. Like I didn't think that it was that until like I really pulled it in and like scaled it up, because I wanted all of the entries to have like their own massive space, because they are huge landmarks that you could walk in and among and kind of see inside the details of whenever possible. So that's why there's a little copy and a big copy. And in this one, you can see the texture of like sand and brick as it's moving up and getting brighter. DMM says the little stones that are more detailed at the bottom and harder to see at the top. Yes, that's what it was. Like you can see the more painted out bricks down here. Oh no, I can see myself again over there. Saying something, hopefully something nice. These entries make me want to travel the voxel world to see them in person. McFunky Pants had this cool, like, you can walk up and in it entry for this week. This one is like super temple vibes. Like if this were in a game, definitely an important item is hanging out up here. Like, or a boss fight. Can you imagine you climb all the way up here and there's a boss at the top just waiting to smack you back down and make you climb all the way back up? Chacklepack says, if you want to get rid of the conveyor belt jitter, you can set the playback rate to 3 and triple the impulse it gives to players. Oh. I might do that here in a second, once we walk through and take a look at what everyone's got. Thank you. I was just able to repro the distant player. Yeah, I just noticed that when I was testing out the water earlier, and I'm really sorry about that. I thought it was just I thought I had broken the default player template or something somehow. I didn't save or change anything to it. So it's just like, if you don't leap in the water, but if you do leap in the water, just refresh the page. It's all good. Or enjoy walking around the showcase area as a cool phantom who I can't see. Blue Owl even included like, is it the Sphinx? Sphinx is what it's called. And like getting this much of a face detail at this size was like super impressive. I'm always impressed when people can like sell a lot with a little. And there's even this cool texture back here on the back of the Sphinx. I wonder if I should put a camera ignore tag on this one so people don't fight their camera to see behind the Sphinx head. I will try to remember to do that. I think at the time I finally had a minute to join that showcase, and I made some pyramids of my own. I really just tried to follow the position of the pyramids of Giza according to an aerial map that I was looking at. And even the little bit of, like this one in the middle had that little extra left on, almost like it was sugar coated with a bit of extra pyramid. I fussed with this one longer than I should have, because these 3 pyramids that are very small up here are stepped, like 1, 2, 3 stepped, and I wanted to make sure that that was still, it still felt like those were different in that small amount of detail without making this file any more massive than it had already become. So I settled on just putting notches into it. And in week 3, we had, is it just me or is my camera snapping around a bunch? There we go. We had Stonehenge. And this is what I was talking about earlier with Monkey Pants made this entry that is like a very, very miniature, but very one-to-one recreation of the actuality of Stonehenge right now with all of its ruinage that you can see. And I only realized how accurate it was when I was like looking up to do my own. Like, wow, even these torn up rocks are in the right positions and even like at the right amount of height difference from each other. So super cool. There's something happening to my camera. That's interesting. Where I'm snapping around a bunch. I'll try to walk gently and not give anyone whiplash. But know that it's not by my design or my choice that I'm like snapping around on you. Yeah, so I honestly just made one rock because I didn't give myself a lot of time to do this week's entry. And I just duplicated it a bunch of times in as many correct places as I could manage to get away with within an hour, and I think definitely McFunky Pants is more accurate than mine. You can walk through it over here and leap from rock to rock. We had a rogue Moai statue enter the chat as well from Blue Owl, but it's super like nice because there's like ivy climbing along it and moss details painted into it, and even if you stand up underneath it, a couple of nostrils. Probably thought I wouldn't see that, but I did. Foxy did a great job here, I think. Oh, is this one mistitled? I think. Let me check real quick. If I may have mistitled this one. My apologies if so. It says this is Foxy the host. There we go. Woohoo! I wonder if I duplicated it from a different one and just didn't get around to changing the name. Oh, DMM, did you want me to actually come in and take this one and put it in, duplicate it around in Stonehenge formation? Because I like this one. I like the little mossy details along the bottom as well. And that it could look cool if I just copied it around in that circle. Because in week 4 we had a tie between, what was it, Bartork the Artsy Orc? The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the Acropolis of Athens, and Big Ben. Which I think was broken after the announcement was made that anybody could make whichever one they wanted, but I'm letting it be just listed as a tie because everybody did go and make their own. You got the Big Ben face clock with all the like notches of detail showing the different hours. so crisply, and even all the lines, like at a real pinch for space, you got all the little lines in there, and they all read at the right angle to me. And just bringing the hand forward of voxel so that it casts its own shadow kind of back on itself a little bit there. Nice touch. And then Make Funky Pants went and made a whole game that you can visit here if you wish to. But I also recreated that entry here, just went ahead and imported it and pulled it around so that people could walk in and among it and feel like the vastness of just standing inside the Acropolis. Tilt your camera down and look up. I like that feeling. Like, it is immense space. And also appreciate the top of the detail columns having their own little columns in sets of 3, which I think is probably the accurate version of it. Which you probably see it here. Those are the 3 little markings that are actually along it, and even the studs or inset studs. So appreciate these little details. And now that we've made it to the end, I think I can fit in how are the shadows on the inside flashing a little for me? Oh, let me take a look. It might be oh, they are. That is... Okay, so I think I know what it is when certain details are like among the shadow cam's angle or resolution, it will cast through it a little bit, and just in such a small space you're seeing that light leak that sometimes happens, but it's being turned in and out and in and out. Whoa, sorry, that's trippy. Kind of absorbed by it for a second. Woohoo. I think I could fix it with the angle and resolution of the shadow cam, which I haven't really messed with much for this month's showcase. Let me look at my little object here, my little Acropolis miniature, and let's get a duplicate. This is exactly how I messed up. You can watch me mess up in real time here. Make sure they're not parented to each other no more. And just pull it over. Kind of line it up a little bit. Get this one further. There. And I'm just going to get this into position before I make a massive copy of it. Oh, check out who made that. No, it's me. Summer Sky. Yep, I totally made that. Yep. Alright, let's get a big version of it over here. Try to line these all up so they're not in front of each other, blocking each other off too much when you look at them. This one, I can kind of nestle between these trees. There we go. Is it big enough to walk through? Once it is, I think I will be happy. Yep. And you can even go up the stairs. Excellent. Yeah, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone that takes part in these weekly art challenge showcases. There's a lot of good ones this time. There always are. And give that a save. And I'm looking forward to next month's. I'm going to get started on it very soon after a little coffee sip here. Land animals. So I'm thinking, okay, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of a zoo. But I think that that's the easy answer. So what's something more challenging I could do? Like we could actually be out in the wild, safari style, looking at them as well. So like you go through the showcase in the back of the template Jeep and you get to see them all that way. Yeah, that was the plan. I specifically picked zoo animals. Oh, okay. All right. Zoo it shall be. Zoo it shall be. Let's make a game here. Not for that. For VFX. We're gonna dive into some VFX templates. But I need to be in a base game for that. Sorry, default friend. I need space. Let me just go ahead and mark that we've finished our little task. Make the art challenge done. And oh, where are you? Showcase visit. It's done. There we go. I thought we could start with some natural environment ones, because these will probably all be happening on simple little loops that will be easy to replicate if you watch me do. They don't have to spawn a bunch of stuff in as it happens yet, so it's a good starting point, I think. So I'm thinking ambient dust, a campfire, rain will be a fun one to do because we can stretch it, but I'm not sure if you're able to do that yet. But maybe if you remix my game, you'll be able to copy the way that I've set up my rain and you can adjust to your needs. We shall see. Just pull in a regular block. Scale 1. We don't even need it to be a block. And let's just get the ambient dust out of the way, because that's going to be the boring one. The boring one that you appreciate when it's there, but you might not notice if it's not sometimes. So we'll go probably size 5 at most on this. Let's keep it low opacity. The color doesn't super duper matter. Maybe you can get a little golden, like the sun's picking it up a little bit. Initial velocity, nope. Not yet, at least. Well, at least we could do 10. You can kind of see it happening down there, but it's still on a very small space. So what we're gonna do first, I don't need that much. I don't need that many particles. I'm just gonna kick out the space that this emitter takes. Over here at emitter size, probably 1,000 or so. And now you can kind of see we're taking up some space here. There's something happening in the air. You ever like sit by your window and you haven't cleaned for a while, maybe, I don't know, or you've just got the window open and there's a little bit of dust blowing in, and that just hint of light coming in from the window illuminates the dust only where the window is shining. There's got to be a word for that, because it's so pleasant. But we're just doing that on a massive scale here, and right now it looks a little bit like snow. But that's because it's got this gravity on it that we don't really need. Or at least we don't need this much of it. Maybe we can do like... So some of them kind of float up here. What's 0 gonna look like? Okay, let's try -5. Kind of, sort of. I kind of want some of them to go last longer, I think. I will kick up the lifetime. Maybe like 50 or so. And have them shrink out of opacity at the end, so you don't see that popping in and out of existence so much. I'm just going to kind of watch a few highlight area ones and see if it's very jarring or not when it comes in and out. I still think that's sinking too fast. Let's bring that down a bit. I may just have to let it not have any. It kind of ambiently floats up and around. Yeah, that's nice. It's floaty. Kind of floaty. There could probably be more of it. More of it or more spawn. Time, so I'm not worried about overwhelming it so much. You can go with 1,000. We're doing it in thousands, this whole thing. 1,000 in scale, 1,000 particles. You can kind of feel it as it moves upwards, but the fog is kind of swallowing it around here, around the horizon. So I'm just going to kick some more color into it a little bit. I do want it to respect the fog. I want it to fade as it gets farther. I wonder if this is too faint to actually pick up on what I'm doing on stream. Yeah, it does kind of look like I'm not doing anything, huh? Is fine. Maybe we could have a little bit more lifetime variety so they don't seem to behave so consistent. I don't think that they should. There. I like that. And we've already got one down. This one's just a particle tree. And I'm gonna give this one entity name. It should be represented by a different object. I'm just gonna parent them to an object people can use when they come into this game. There's a doodle cube that Heather has made. There it is. And I'll give all of these a little name so people know what it's supposed to do. Ambient dust. I'll do it on black text on white background. But it does need to be chunkier than that. The screen kind of eats it. go with that. And raise it up. That's it. And I can kind of use this as our base for making all of our other particle trees that don't really involve an object. The others might just have like a different placeholder object in front of them that have their particles and object happening behind it. A little coffee sip. Let's go ahead and mark one of those off of my list. Easiest one is done. Dust. It's done. Let's get a campfire going. I think I have a campfire base object. Let's do that. Did I not? I swear I made one. Is it on this environment? This is the problem I'm really starting to have, is that I don't know what I made and where. Just that I've made it at some point. Okay. We don't. So let's just save this and go make a little... looking for a campfire base. It was just a pile of logs that I had made, but I don't think I made it here. So I'm just going to make a different version. Unless there is. Well, I don't want to use other stuff right now because I want it to be a good point of reference in case that object ever changes. Alright. Let's save this as VFX. Environmental. Yeah, it can stay there for now. And let's go make that object. Nothing too complex. I think I'm saying that a lot today. I'm trying to build at the speed of light. I have to keep telling myself so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And maybe about 2 or 3 away. No, I'll tell you what, I'll do it all connected first and then I'll separate them. E. 2. And 10. Gonna add a little bit of roundness to the logs. And then I'll make the diagonal ones. Maybe not like that. Maybe I'll just draw it out first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About far enough out. 3, 4, 5, and 6. You loving the house music? Oh, good. You can hear it. Okay, cool. So to get it to actually show up in StreamYard, I turned it way up. So if it looks like I'm trying to talk over music, if it sounds like I'm trying to talk over the music, I kind of am. But I don't mind. Feels like I'm in the club right now. Vibin'. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Hold on. Just watching. One moment, please. Okay, cool. I am going to check out something somebody had sent me real quick that might be useful for what we're doing right now. Heather's got some examples. Ooh, like this. Yes. Oh, I love this. I don't know when these water... What? What? Man, that's so nice. In the water, out of the water, in the water. But even having that particle tree active, even when like you're not in the water, kind of implies that you're about to be, so you're like kind of ready for the transition, and then it hits you like a huge cinematic effect, like whoosh. Okay, cool. That is definitely going to be handed to us here in a bit, and I might copy your homework. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. The icons are in the opposite corner from where you are, I think. Over here? Oh, yes. Okay, these are gizmos. Yes. They're all blue. I'll have to gain to see the gizmo script beside me. Oh, these are handy. Yeah, I'm definitely replacing Doodle Cube with one of these. I think like I can kind of contain the particle effect in the this kind of box here, just to show people what for. So if you just use these, tint them as needed, and drop gizmo script on them. Okay. Can do. For now, let's finish making our campfire, and then when I jump back in the game, we shall start adding those in. But thank you for those. This one may have to have more thickness to it, the diagonal one, because I want to be able to paint a little bit of that. Yeah, I'm doing that. Okay. From here I can sort of face tool it out though. Wait a sec. Wait a sec. Where have I goofed? I tell you what, it doesn't matter. Because I can just rotate it. With my super secret admin power. Yes. I can pull the placeholder or gizmo objects in with my super secret admin wizard powers. There we go. Rotation. Love it. Now I'll just flatten the face of our logs back out. So when I paint here in a second, a nicer, brighter. Is that bright? That seems pretty bright. I did it nicer before. I did, I promise. I think it's because I made them one wider in every direction. And then I added more scale to this interior one. Like that. Beveling, if you will. Yeah. Do you think curving the corners of the logs not in the cardinal direction might help? Yeah, that's what it is. Ta-da! Like that. Yeah, I think that we can get away with doing just that instead of kicking the central ones up. Just cutting away. Nice. Do I want to add a base bit of fire here? Or do I want to have it be able to like click it, turn on the fire, click it, turn it off? I think regardless, I still want to have these be a bit wider and a bit bigger, these central logs, so it's not all level when it reaches the top up here. Just need something to pull that level away. One here, one here. I could have embers. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The main question I have about it though is if they have embers, I think I should just have a scorched version of the log, or have it have scorches painted on here, so that when you would turn the fire on and off of the object, it would just look like it's completely not on fire at all, but has been in the past. I could have had the mirror on for that part. That's okay. There. Just a little bit of extra something there. Kind of like that. It kind of makes it look like these are leaning even though they're not. I'll just name it as campfire logs. And let's go set fire to it. Where's my game? Quick coffee sip. Some are casually setting fire things. Yep. Right, we are going to could just import it. Or I could just take a look under the hood. And just get the pieces I need and not have to spend time deleting out the extra stuff. I think that would be the way I do this. I'm not gonna save it, I promise. Explore doodle spawn placeholder. Duplicate that. Explore doodle spawn. Oh. There. Oh, well, it has an object inside of it. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe I'll just use the bounding box. Did someone say ours? Not I. But I kind of like that this one it comes with the directional arrow, just that it has that little doodle face on the inside. Maybe not. Maybe if I just had... I'll just use this frame. Yeah, the direction that this fire is facing isn't as relevant because it's just a central thing. Build a frame. I keep doing that. Go. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna get so many frames that aren't that frame. Okay, builder. Dotted line. Frame. I don't know, was there a dash? Builder frame. There we are. Perfect. Does anybody watch those TikToks with the lady that puts coffee in random vegetables and fruits, and with that, like, it's all bad for you and probably shouldn't drink coffee this way. She ends every video with, like, she tries to take a sip of it and you can see her face scrunching up in pain as she realizes that this was a mistake, but she always, like, says, like, perfect. And that's all I can think of every time I say it now. The script to hide that at runtime is dbb gizmo. Yes, yes. Pop that down. Gizmo. Oh, wait. Actually, I needed to change something on that still. That's what it was. Campfire. Haha. That's cool. Your collision should also be none. And yours should be box, now that I'm thinking of it. It sounds like a terrible thing. It is. It's absolutely. TikTok thinks that all I want is to watch horrible food videos or things people should not do to their food. Like, Epic Mealtime was great, and I loved it back in the day. But it's different now. Now I get upset when I realize that all of that is not going to be eaten. Is it correct though? Is what correct? I'm sorry. Oh, did I miss something? I wonder if it just popped up chat notifications again without me knowing. Start a nice big fire. I should really talk through my color choices more. But yeah, hotter towards the center means hotter color towards the center. So yellowish. If you're doing a blue flame, white-ish would be the base. And then it would fade in temperature as it goes out, so it will go more towards the reds as it goes out, and more weaker, or as it grows weaker. I watched a competitive eaters documentary the other day, and the guy narrating was upset that it's not recognized as a sport. My thought was, we have people starving in the world. How is eating a sport? It's a privilege. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these now. There's there is this guy that makes massive amounts of foods at a la Epic Mealtime style, but it's actually edible in its preparation, and he like smiles through the whole video. Gosh, I wish I could remember his name now. And all of the food is done like either on a food truck or at a food drive, and just given to people. And I love that. And that's the way to do it. If you want to make massive amounts of a thing, share it. You can't eat all that. You couldn't eat all that in a month. You know that. I don't want it to have gravity, really. Maybe I do. Okay, maybe I can just tell it that I want it to have some amount of gravity, but that I want its velocity outwards to be the stronger force. So it's still propelling faster than it's pulling down. In theory. No wastage is great. You love the Smiley Guy Chef. Is that what he's called? Is he called the Smiley Guy Chef? Because cool dude. Definitely deserves a plug. Much appreciated. That guy. Start opacity, end opacity. Do I want to pull that down to probably here-ish? Maybe, kind of, sort of. I also want to add a timeline spawner to this one of those fire blocks that Voxelius always uses. So some of this might be a bit lost in that. Initial velocity. Chill out that initial velocity to 50-ish maybe? The dangerous part is that I could fiddle with these settings for hours. I can't. And I'm really trying to not let myself do that right now. Like, every time I'm in A-Sprite or Pixel Over and I'm drawing something or animating, I go way faster than when I'm doing like Sprite VFX or Squish. Like, as soon as that settings window comes in, I have to see my particle in every different kind of iteration that you could possibly make it behave before I can settle on any single thing. On rate maybe higher. I don't want it to fan out so much. I want it to come closer together as it ends. So I might just take off the velocity spread entirely. And then I will have it just be wider in size, not offset. Where's the scale? There's size. Probably like 10? 10? There we go. And we'll pull it off of the bottom of the logs a little bit. I'm gonna get into my fly cam so I can actually get into this. A little bit higher. Just a bit. I just want to say that one of the changes that's happened that I've noticed is that when I do these, it's like nice whole numbers, and you cannot believe how much I appreciate nice whole numbers when I'm editing. Love that. Love that change. Oh, something got... Oh, if you posted a link, that might have... Because all I see are asterisks. Sorry. Let's pull this lifetime down, perhaps. Yeah. It's still a nice roaring fire. We don't need so much of it. I bet we could even get away with 100 here. Go ahead and give that a save while I'm thinking of it. Oh no, I'm sorry. My apologies, Chaclapac, but thank you. I will give that a click after the stream. Because I need to actually follow that person. Let's add some smoke onto that fire. I'm not entirely settled on that fire yet, but I think it will be more clear to me what's going on once I have the full fire kind of roaring here. Chocolate pack is bread. Should probably get ourselves added as admins. Ah, yes. I'm sorry. Probably just 150 here. I'm allegedly human. I believe you. I believe you, but I have no way to verify. I need you to look at these 8 images and tell me which one of them has a goose in it. A little velocity needs to come down for sure. 20, and we're going to offset it this time. Let's get the scale in the right place first. Probably half of the scale of the fire. And offset on the Y. Just pulling that up to here-ish. Now this is going to be easier for me to see. Yeah, that spread doesn't need to happen. Wish I could make it go inwards this way. It kind of, like, if this makes it go outwards, my mind tells me doing this way should make it lean inwards. But alas, that is not the way. Further apart, I guess. Maybe I can go with 7. And less opaque at the start. Maybe I'll color match the fire just a smidge more. And the source here, and then just get my actual smoke value to be. Have it be kind of Sorta. It's still traveling too fast. Or is it that it's like the lifetime variation that's doing this? I don't want it to end on a straight edge here like that is what I'm trying to get. Slow down the spawn rate a little too. Anyone can post Big Bang links now? Awesome! That's awesome. I think it should be that the opacity dips, but I don't want to lose the darkness of the smoke as it goes outwards. Maybe I can dip further in here and then just change offset some. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna go ahead and start spawning those fireball objects. What? No, mine. Let's get this guy in here. This is what we're going to be doing. Timeline spawner and destroy after delay. But I don't think we want to destroy this after delay, so it's not what we're going to do exactly. This is just the spawner, and because it happens on a single loop, that's why it's there. But the thing that it spawns is going to spawn this, which will be smoke. So these are the two things that are happening. Yeah, the spawner, and we have the fire. And the fire's got a lot of stuff on it. So to save on sanity, I'm just going to copy my own homework a little bit, but we're going to talk through it. After, of course, a sip of coffee. Okay. Because I know if I don't do this, I'm going to forget a script. Or smoke, black object here has an emissive, which will kind of shift it into a fire color that then like returns to that. So this one, we're going to unlink it from template real quick. I'm going to call this one VFX campfire smoke. And I'll make another template for it in a minute. Once I got it kind of gelling like a felon, one might say. Yes, I'm that lame all the time. Destroy after delay. This one I think we can leave alone. At about 2, it's not as big an object, so maybe just 1. Yeah, maybe just 1. And scale, shifts. Start values to end values 5. Let's pull that down as well. Duration, sure, that sounds fine. Now in the opacity, probably leave this one alone. That one's already where it needs to be. It's starting pretty opaque and then fading it out. That's the property animators. Offset and orientation. Probably not so much. This is just when you spawn your fire in, you don't want them to all routinely spawn uniformly up in a line, right? It's fire. It's going to have a big foosh over here, a little foosh over there, maybe some fooshies at the top. So we're just going to keep the radius of it spawning in there. A little bit of spin. And simple physics, kind of. Some gravity. Let's see if that's in a good position or not. And let's make that element into a template. VFX, campfire, smoke. Fingers crossed. Whoosh. Oh, right, the Arsenian spawner is kind of blinding me right now. Get out of here. What? I can delete you. There we go. Okay. Got a little foosh to it. It could last a little longer. Let's try that. No, that's too long. Or at least maybe it should get smaller faster. It can last longer, but it needs to get smaller faster. That's what I'm thinking. Scale. Start you probably less in value. Oh, it's not gonna let me go beneath. Nothing less than 1, eh? Alright, nothing less than 1. Got it. End value 1.25. Oh, and nothing less than 2 for this one. Okay. It was serious about that whole number thing. Oh, that is it. It's just very small now. Well, not that tiny. Okay. Okay, I think I know what happened. Min 2. Kinda like that. Yeah. All right. You're set to destroy after delay, right? Okay. Good. So I don't have a bunch of ghost versions of you floating around. Let's get that timeline spawner going. Ooh. Have I seen this one before? Excuse me while I rabbit hole for just a moment. Timeline, random offset orientation. I don't think that's what we're going to want though. We just want this. We're gonna loop it. We're gonna play it at start. It's gonna loop for, yeah, sure, that might work for now. Despawn on complete. No, because it's not gonna complete ever. Network spawn? I don't know yet. I don't think so. No, you don't need to be parented. Yeah, you do need to be parented. Copy rotations. No. Spawn template. Campfire. And we're going to do that a bunch of times. Campfire, campfire, campfire. Nice little coffee break. This is probably going to be too many. This is getting gratuitous. But let's just mess with the time on it and see how it looks for the first time. And then we'll dial it back. Spawn time 2. Start at 1.25. 0.3. Why not? Maybe one happens a little bit before and one happens way after, like 2.5 or something. And we can do this a whole bunch more. Oh no. Oh, it is happening. It's just not offset. Let's say your offset isn't here. I'll have to give you another entity. Or I'll just have to make you last longer, kind of spawn beneath the fire, work your way up, and then despawn. I don't want to have more entities than necessary. You can kind of see it happening though. And a head scratch for a sec. There they are. They're just happening all at once, I think. The first thing I could do is spread those timings apart. Right, 2.5. Say like 1. 1.5. And then 2.5. All right, let's give it a try. That's a large gap of time. I don't like that. There we go. There it is. Oh, it's the loop that needs to be pulled in. If all of it spawns up into period 4, we'll let it hang for a sec so that it ends at 5. And 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is happening. It's still just happening too far at the bottom. And that radius needs to be pulled in as well. And that radius we're going to adjust over here. Maybe I made this sound more exciting in my little blurb when I was like, lasers, explosions, fireworks. We're gonna make VFX today. And it's really like this. It's like, oh, I think I'll tweak this setting here and push this setting here, and we'll try again. Where are you? Random offset. Here we are. 5. Simple physics. Starting velocity. Maybe that could be higher and then I'll just destroy it sooner. Maybe they were onto something with that Y50 setting. And it's me that's the problem. Because I should have probably changed this if I were going to change that. And maybe I can just pull the destroy height in to like there. I'm gonna remember that real quick and press play and see if that's. Why are you hanging out at the bottom? Hold on. Are you just happening underneath? Is that what's up? Yeah, it's not traveling up every time. I think if it happens to spawn high enough, it does. You don't have some kind of... You don't have any collision on you. So that shouldn't be... Yeah, it's not collision. It's got to be in here somewhere. Bounce damping. Sleep speed. What does that mean? Sleep speed. I don't know. Let's mess with that number for a second. I'll set it back if it does something weird. Definitely heads up. Does not head up. I don't know. I do not know. Thanks for stopping by, DMM. Hope you have a good evening. Let's see. There's nothing keeping you from playing forward. Turn the gravity down some. All right. Oh, now it's back to normal. That's the Y velocity. Maybe I can just push it way up and make up for the loss. Nope, it's still just not traveling at all. I wonder if I have to refresh page to get it to actually behave. Not that I think that would be the thing, but it's worth a shot. Nope, that ain't it. Wait. I saw you travel upwards once or twice. See, that one's kinda not doing it, not doing it, not doing it, not doing it. That's weird. It did it for a few times. Sure. Give this a stop here. Spin local, spin local. So just turn this off for a moment. Travels up. Travels. What? What? Wait, that was it? What? How even the what? With an H in front of the W? Okay, I will accept this. So the no more collision volume for the fireplace. But we got our fireplace to fire now. Well, wait, no. You're doing it again. Is it now it's colliding with the ground? So it's getting stuck in the ground when it does it? I'll put you back down and see. Travels up, travels up, travels up. Doesn't travel up. Travels up, up, stuck. Up, up, up. You know what? Mostly behaving beats not behaving at all. This is progress. I will accept this as progress. This one should have its own little bounding box as well, like a hey, if you're editing the fire, the entity that spawned, this is the thing. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that's gonna be in this little bounding box. Gray boxing cube frame. Oh yes, gray boxing with an E. Apologies. There. Just want to say campfire smoke object. Not that kind of object. Campfire smoke entity. That's a handy gizmo. We got 2 down. Go ahead and mark that. Campfire. Let's make some rain. Because this one's going to be an interesting one. Rain. I should add waterfall to this. That's going to be a good one to have. And water body that you can splash into. Yeah, that's one that's going on my list. Little body of water and waterfall. There we go. I want to tie it to that exactly though. I'm going to put you here instead. Oh, I know what's happening that needs to not be happening. These particle effect trees need to come off of that. Okay. Unless I should use that bounding box cube with the little doodle face so that people, when they like what's holding the rain object, they would probably not click on the border. They would click on something in the middle. And with that bounding box that has the doodle face in it, that has box. I need to know better than to just search things like box. Explorer dash doodle spawn dash doodle spawn placeholder. I think I needed to copy your emissives. Emissive intensity 1. Yeah. Before I get any further. Grab all of those. Nice. So instead of having to click on an additional entity, they're going to click here and they're going to be like, oh, that's where the particle tree is. Quick question though, is it going to keep playing the particle if the gizmo hides it on start? Yes. Haha. Hi, sorry if I missed it. I'm somewhat new to DBB. Is there a theme you're working on? Yes. Welcome, Dry Coast. We are making some VFX. We're making a starter pack of VFX for people to draw from when they're making their games, so that if you want to know how to make some environmental VFX like campfires, ambient dust particles, rain, waterfalls, things of that nature, maybe lightning bolts if we have time here in a minute. You can just come into this game and see how I've already gone and set some up and have a point of reference. Or maybe even just borrow them, throw them into your own game. But I'm happy to answer any questions you have, like in regards to DBB. If you're new, if you're trying to make a game or trying to make some art, go for it. I'm always happy to answer what I can. All right, let's watch our rain particle tree. Should be bluer at the start, I think, and then kind of fade white on the way through. Initial velocity is fine. The spread might be fine. We're going to change that in a bit, though. We don't need so many particles. And we don't need it to do this way. That's cool. But also not what I'm trying to do. I don't want to have to rotate the entity itself. Its initial direction, that's what needs to go. You go the other way. Other way. Like other way. Ah, that's not it, is it? It is gonna have to rotate the entity, huh? Let's see. I guess I will parent you onto the doodle cube instead. Because you are going to have to go that way. Let's press play. This one doesn't need a text box. It does need to be blue. Very, very blue. At the start. Just default out some of this stuff. We'll go 50. Nice and contained here. And let's offset it. I like a whole bunch. There we go. Oh, negative 50. And you're going to turn white as you fall. I believe. I might change my opinion on that later. And maybe you won't end opaque. No, I tell you what, you shouldn't start opaque. Kind of like falling from the top of the sky here. So what I want is to have it kind of fade up into the sky. You can't really see when a rain particle starts, right? And the magic trick here is to turn this off. Oh, I'm not in that mode. Right. Let's see. I think you can, without being an admin, edit that. Nope, you cannot. Nope. Okay, that's fine. I will set it up so you don't have to be. you see what we're kind of doing here? Stretching the rain up into rain. The particles could probably be a little bit smaller. What about this? No. Just needs to be stretched taller. There we go. That variety needs to be chilled out though. I still see these big blue chunks happening down here that I don't want to have happen. I'll just tune those out in these last few minutes. Where would I grab that though? It's the variety that I'm trying to chill out. Where is it? You. Am I wrong on that? Still seems like there's a bit of shuffle happening to it. Your velocity needs to chill out, I think. They're falling like bullets. That's kind of nice. A little sheet of rain here. The only downside is you have to kind of be facing it. I actually wonder if that's different now. Yep. It does have to be that way. All right. Maybe I'll just keep the rain a more consistent color. Maybe it can go even less opaque from the start. I think I like that better. I keep trying to drink a coffee cup that has long since been finished. Oh, but now our doodle object is like super stretched. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get a different object. That is a little disturbing if you look at it from underground. Let's get that bounding box. Gray box. Still looks kind of strange. Let's go with a block of like just a 10x cube that I can use to like at least get somebody to click onto when they're like, where's the rain? Cube. I thought I had one. Virtual room base. Ah, it's angled. Do I just have something that says cube? I might make a button object that will be okay to be stretched. Hey, Lance Boss. Welcome to the stream. We're just making some VFX. Made a some ambient dust particles, a little campfire, some rain, and some mood music to accompany it. Box. What about this one? At least give somebody something to, something to click onto. That is some kind of indicator. It will hold until I get something a little nicer. Do I still have that emissive? Hey, what do you know? There. And we'll just set this so that even if you click on the doodle face, you click through it onto... Nice. Okay. Maybe that'll work? If you're editing. Yeah, it does grab the doodle face first. Okay. I'll make a different object for it. You two should be closer together. Actually, maybe I should just switch out that object with this. No, they should have something to click onto that stays. Click onto bubble. Alright. I don't think we have time to squeeze a little lightning bolt into this, but I guess we could get at least a start on it. Another thing I love is that with this gizmo, you can actually control click to duplicate now. Love that. Love that change. Wait, does it work on the rotation too? It does! And now it will rotate from the origin point. Oh, that is so nice. Oh, that's so cool. I know it sounds like it's not cool, but it's something that I've been hoping for a while because there's different rotation modes. This one, which always kind of imagines its own origin point in the middle of the geometry no matter what the actual origin point is, and this one, which actually behaves off of the origin point that you set in the voxel object editor, and that is very handy to keep in mind. It's a powerful distinction. Okay, we're gonna call it lightning, which we're probably gonna change this into something else later though. We should probably have it, the particle spawn onto the entity that hosts it, which this object will probably be replaced out with that. Is there a bolt that already exists? We're gonna have to make an object that is the body of the lightning bolt, and then we'll have a few sparks of particles that I think will spawn as the bolt hits at the ground. And this is what we're going to be working on for the next stream, I believe. But thank y'all for tuning in today, and I hope y'all enjoyed walking with me through the February Weekly Art Showcase and making a miniature Acropolis. I think we made a good amount of progress with three whole VFX pieces in what, an hour? Y'all have a good one, and I hope to see y'all again on the next stream.